Hello to all my amazing viewers and subscribers. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I just wanted to give you a quick reminder that from the week of June 19th through the 24th, I will not be conducting any private readings as I will be on vacation. And I will be answering emails, but please be patient as, I need my time to detox and enjoy myself as well. Also, some of you may have seen in my previous PSA video that I was not going to be around for the channel or private readings from like the beginning of July to the middle of August. That has since changed due to some choices I've made in my life and, listening to spirit and having faith. I'm going to be, around to help you guys. Yeah, Gemini season's all about making decisions and having a lot of choices. And I think you guys have seen that in the general readings. There's been a lot of choices that we all have been able to make, and a lot of them are great to choose from. But some limit our freedoms more than others. So I had to make that decision for myself as well. So I will be around, okay? So that means that Cancer season and Leo season get their readings, and that's very exciting. Again, guys, if you have any questions about my services, please email me before you book if you're confused. As well as if you want to add astrology to your soul reading, okay? Do not hit the book button because that pays for $40 instead of the $45. Like it says in the instructions, please contact me directly and I will send you a PayPal link for the appropriate amount. Thank you again to all of my clients and all of you guys for viewing. Like, this happened to seemingly happen overnight, and it's been extremely humbling to be able to deliver these messages to you guys and get the feedback that I've been getting. Like, it's an honor. I need you to know that I do this because this is just my truth. I do it because it's my truth. And the fact that in turn, it's so openly accepted, and then, I get to support my life and support the way that I deliver my truth, through this is just magnificent. So thank you all for being here. And now it's time for your reading. All right, Aries. So before this card fell out, I started to get this lifting sensation from my mind, as if you were getting the veil lifted off of you, and it probably is in relationship to someone that you're already involved with or caring about or married to. Yeah, I think that maybe things have been a little confusing lately. I don't know why. However, literally the message I'm getting is the veil is lifting. I kind of got that feeling of like in a movie where an angel is like lifting the person up and the choir sings like, ah, like that kind of feeling. Like you're finally rising up out of this confused, I think, mucky place. And I think when Aries gets in their feelings for an extended period of time, it just gets confusing for them. And it makes it hard for them to really see everything clearly. There's just this idea of that things that haven't been clear, and I think life in general just has been tough, Aries, and you're probably taking it out on your partner, or were taking it out on your partner, and like all you want to do is just live this ideal relationship life, this dream that you've been waiting on for a long time. And I think that it's finally becoming possible. Like I'm seeing like the light at the end of the tunnel type of energy. Like it wasn't available to you before, but now it is. So there's no need to stress. It's coming. It's coming, okay? The time is coming. All right, Aries. Oh, I got a lot of different messages coming through. First off, I need to say that when it comes to single people and or people that have children with somebody, or people that are married and in a family, like there's definitely messages for all of you here. However, I'm gonna have to deliver them all separately, I'm feeling like. Aries, you always do this to me. I can't just flow with like one message. Like y'all be all over the place, low key, within your own sign. Like you're all rocking something different. So I'm gonna pick these cards up in a second, but I need to get these messages out. So in the past here, you have children and finances and career. For some of you, this is pertaining to adult children and separately, you at work, your job, okay? Some of you, this has to do with you and your job and the way you provide for your children, okay? And how that is involving in your romantic life and what it's doing there. Also, for some of you, it's going to be there's someone in your life that is very childish, that is meddling in your energy, or you've allowed to be in your energy, that is hurting your career, or you're having a childish approach to your career and needing to, in the way you're working, right? In the way that you're going about your work life and needing to change that. Some of you work with children, okay? And you're going for a job with children and that has to do with it, okay? Overall, I think a lot of you, it's more, no matter how old your children are, your actual not dependency, but your perceived, you perceive them as dependent on you, or they really are. In that dynamic, whether you perceive it that way or it's actually that case, regardless, that dynamic is what is affecting your love life the most. Because underneath children, we have the Seven of Swords with the Ace of Wands. So for some of you, it's like the children being around are making it hard for you to, first of all, have an active sex life. Or just like the stress of them makes you not want to even try anything new with anybody. Or, again, because finances and career is here, it's kind of like you work really hard, but the kids, you know what I mean? They eat up all your money, like, you know, because that's your priority. And you want to do something different, but you're feeling as though like it's 10 steps ahead, you know, it's 5 steps ahead, 3 steps back or whatever. Because underneath finances and career, we have the Death card and the Two of Swords. So I think that, you know, usually major arcana cards means we kind of can't avoid the energy. It's coming regardless, right? So this would be an ending or a transformation of your job or the way you work, right? Because sometimes we don't need to change the job. We just need to change the way we approach our job. But there's a feeling here of you've known this for a while and you're not doing anything about it. So ultimately, I think that's why the children or the relationship here, the children association is so draining to you. Because you've known for a while that you need to do something about this. That between your kids and your job that you can't continue to survive this way. Okay, there's an idea there. There's an idea of that there. Excuse me, I just stuttered. Maybe you feel like that. +2, when you add these swords up, 7 and 2 is 9. I just picture the 9 of Swords, and I feel like that is definitely playing out here. There's a headache energy here. There's a fed up and can't continue to go on. Because with the 7 of Swords being next to the Death card, there's an idea here of you just like constantly getting beat down when it comes to this dynamic. Constantly feeling at a death. Like, because I'm feeling less this is a transition or an ending of a job and more about like you feeling dead. And you not deciding to do anything about it, even though you know that you could do something about it. You're just not doing anything, and you're trying to turn a blind eye to it because you're just like, well, it is what it is. I'm going to keep going. Because that's one thing Aries does do. They push, and they push, and they push, and they push. Such Mars-driven energy. Just going to push through no matter what. And it's like, all right, guys, sorry if it seems like choppy. Someone came to my door and interrupted me. Anyway, so yeah. I think you're I feel like you're going through a perpetual death, Aries. I think it could be permanent in the sense that like you could end this cycle, but you need to acknowledge something first. By the way, the overall energy was retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And 2 cards came with that. The Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So, you know, I think that overall, Aries, you're committed to getting love back in your life or getting rejuvenation into your life, right? Like, I feel that overall this Four of Pentacles is a commitment. But his pentacle is also over his heart. So I think that to an extent, I don't think you need to let go of love or the person you're with or that relationship at all. I don't think that's the problem. I just think there's a need to loosen your grip, maybe on money or your need to work or your need for a certain type of financial security or for your relationship to look like a certain thing. Like, I feel like there's some other aspect that you're holding on to that is blocking this love from really fully flowing into your life. And that's why overall the energy is retreat and you needing to really reflect and spend time alone or even, alone with your partner too. But more than anything, this is like a reflection energy, needing you to really look at what's been going on, how you can let more love in and be stable, right? And still, have your wits about you. In the center, we have, for the present, we have past life relationship. You have known each other before. Underneath that is the Empress and the Three of Wands. So back to the children card in the beginning, I was saying I think a lot of this has to do with primarily women with children or that have been working with children or are trying to work with children. With past life relationship here, the Empress and the Three of Wands. One, I'm feeling like if these are your kids and you've been having an issue with them or they're draining you in some capacity and you can't figure out like why, the dynamic is like that, you guys know each other from a past life. Okay? Or the person you have children with, from a past life. There's an idea here of the mother of your children or you as the mother, someone you're involved with, either your actual kids or the person you're involved with, from a past life, and that's part of the cycle or pattern that's playing out here, right? Because the Three of Wands, although this card is about moving forward and gaining progress and things like that, this is also a family card to me in a way. It looks like it kind of feels like, the 3 people, like we've added that third person to the family. Also, it could be like if there's a job that you've been having an issue with and you work with children and the children have been giving you a hard time or the mother's been giving you a hard time, it's because you had a relationship with the mother in the past life. And maybe you all are trying to progress past this karmic lesson. I'm feeling that as well. I feel like there's 3 people involved. I don't feel like the third person involved is like a cheating energy. I just think it's like parents and children, or you, your employer, and a coworker, and I know this is a love reading, but the finance and career card in here is, and I know this has to do with your job. For those of you that are single, you could have, still, I don't know, I feel like if you're single, then you'd probably have something to do with the children, working in a career with children, and that stealing attention from your love life. Yeah, because I don't know, I'm getting a strong family vibe with this reading. But I think all of you, all in all, want to move past this lesson. Because, and I'm just going to jump here, because in the future, we have wedding. The situation involves marriage, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Devil. So, for some of you, you are married to this person, or you are committed to them, all right? You are committed to this job, right? Again, this working energy. So I think all of you are committed, right? We were talking about here, to working on this job or working on this relationship or working on this marriage. And I think more than anything, working to, again, going back to karma, releasing the karmic pattern that you're in. I think you, and again, this vibe of 3 people, right, are ready to release this bondage. That's what I feel more than anything. I feel like whatever situation is panning out in your love life, your romantic life right now, Aries, it primarily has to do with you and the people you're involved with needing to finish a karmic cycle and wanting to progress forward, create the life that they deserve, reap the harvest, but there needs to be a commitment made to work through that last part of the lesson. Aries, I feel like you're the person that needs to learn the lesson now. Like the other person, I think, is conscious of it, and I think that you're playing it out unconsciously. And now the other person is like letting you know, like, hey, like this is the cycle that needs to end. So through committing, wedding card, through committing to working very hard and diligently, Eight of Pentacles, on the devil, on what has bound us to fear, what has bound us to these circumstances and this way of life that has been making me, Seven of Swords and the Death card, have a consistent loss and always feeling kind of shitty. I'm going to get some clarity on some of these cards here just to tell a bigger picture, but I feel like that's the primary message, and I know that's a little brief. Ooh. We'll take those. So I wanted clarity on the Empress, and I got the King of Cups, the Three of Wands again, and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely a family. Underneath the deck, the Lovers. This is absolutely a family. Okay? King of Cups would be the husband in this case. You know, empathetic, loving, understanding. Yeah, that person is aware. Okay, so Aries, you need to wake up. It could be a water sign. Doesn't have to be. It could just be someone that understands their emotions and very much can look into and reflect and hold a lot of space for other people, but also can take action. Because again, we have Three of Wands and the Ten of Cups. That's ultimate fulfillment. That's a happiness. That's at the end of the happy picture. The Lovers, right? Divine partnership. Needing to make a choice to level up. Yeah, Aries. Whatever person you're dealing with, you definitely absolutely have a past life lesson you need to work out. Actually, the Lovers on the bottom of this deck too. But I'm feeling like a lot of you, the person that you have a past life connection with the most strongly, I think it's your whole family. It's kind of like a soul family thing. But more than anything, I think it's your kids. If you have children, this is your kids. It's your child that is more aware of your past life connection, and they've been trying to wake you up to this dynamic. Yeah, I was looking at Wedding in the Eight of Pentacles, and I got the Eight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Queen of Swords, right? Being discerning, getting these messages probably directly, maybe from your child who's a Queen of Swords. And on the Devil, I got the Ace of Cups as clarity. Interesting. Two of Swords. Again, needing to make a decision. Ace of Cups twice. So, you know, I think it's important, Aries, that if you're not single, if this is not a married relationship, or you don't have children and you don't resonate with the family stuff, I would say that probably anyone that comes in for you, it's not a bad thing. Like, the devil's not always a bad thing. Like, you just need to know that what you're about to get into is going to be a karmic lesson that you need to learn. But I do think that you're willing and able to work on it. I think that you're willing to offer that cup to your inner devil, to your inner shadow, to your inner darkness. And Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, really rapidly, the work is going to manifest instantly. It's kind of like you're going from working hard on this shadow to Eight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, you know, quickly send new love and rejuvenate whatever relationship you have in your life, or rejuvenate yourself and allow yourself to have a relationship. But the Two of Swords is underneath, so you still do need to decide, you know, are you going to keep giving your power away to work potentially? Are you going to keep giving your power away to your job and have that be your main commitment? Or are you going to give the energy your relationship deserves, or your heart deserves, or your happiness deserves, and focus there? Okay, I think that's the message. I really hope that resonates with those that watch this, Aries. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you soon for your July readings. Peace.